Alright, so we're going to try to get down in the field. I wasn't going to do it with Big Red. I tried yesterday with this thing, but the ramp was still gushier than a mother humper. Could have done it with Big Red. Big Red would have no freaking problem climbing it, but it's cold and back to freaking snowing again. So just got back from getting a bale, but that didn't last too long because we can only get one. It'll last us for a couple days or a few days, but you know, unfortunately we had to go to the old timer's place because that's where he was at and whatever else, and he only had time to give us one bale because he's got cattle to move because of the flood, because it's flooding over there pretty bad. The one road to go, there's two ways of getting to the old timer's place, but one is underwater, and it's not long for the other one's underwater. So I think that's the young guy's trying to, I don't know if he's trying to get his cattle out of there to his place, or if he's trying to get cattle to his dad's place. I'm not really sure, but it doesn't really matter. We could lose the roads too, and ditches here are plugged right up. They're max capacity of water. One by the garden is completely under, and yeah, I don't know if this is even hardened any. I freaking doubt it. Find out. I'll kick my four-wheel drive low on, so I got four-wheel drive low. Everything should be froze. I mean, come on, it feels froze. Because I'm bouncing around pretty damn good. If it was soft, I would be. That's froze. It's gotta be because I'm bouncing around too damn hard. So there's no getting to that because it's all underwater. If I get up, I'm all right because I can get down just as good. Oh yeah, that was solid as a rock. You guys are gonna go freaking flying to Texas, so hang on here. Okay, well, I think we could shift. I don't know if I can do this on a hill. We'll shift to 4 high. I'm gonna keep the four-wheel drive on until I know what the field feels like. I just need the speed, and I'm only gonna get that at a high, not low. I know the field's pretty froze because my yard's pretty froze up too. But the freaking rivers come up. You guys can't see it in my eyes because I'm wearing sunglasses, but I want to punch somebody. That's how I feel about it. But there's nobody to punch. I can't punch anybody. I could punch the weather people, I guess. I mean, but it's not their fault either that we got stupid weather. This is water, and I'm just gonna give her. So, as long as I stay on the trail, I should be pretty good. Because I know the trail is going to be hard as a damn rock. Because obviously I drive on it all the time. I'll flip you guys around once we get to where we're safe. That was water I just drove through, but the ground's. How do I even? This is bullshit. Okay, well. Alright, so this was not underwater. flip you guys around. I don't know what you guys are going to get to see. But that's the trail to get into the junk pile. That was not covered just the other day, because we're getting so much snow and rain now. And there was a log sitting there too. It's still there. The rivers have come up down in the cities. They are putting up their dike stuff to obviously stop the town from flooding. They've shut one bridge down. There's some water here, so at the river. Even though I should be okay, the ground feels pretty firm, but the reason why I'm doing it in the Tahoe is because of the wind. It was extremely windy yesterday, and it was snowing like a bastard. So I attempted to come down here yesterday, but the ramp was still just so freaking wet. It was mud. It was like trying to go through a mud bath. So, and then the four-wheel drive was acting up. Sometimes my four-wheel drive likes to act up. This is a hill, so I know we're good here. But man, I'll show you guys in a minute, but that's a rough spot. I don't think the river will come up. The river is back up to where it was when the snow melted. So you can't imagine what it was like during the flood when the snow melted. I'm going to stay on top of the hill because obviously I'm not going to drive down there because I know it's going to be muddy as frick. The main thing is to keep your speed going. How is that not moving? See, the thing is I just got done, well, I wasn't 100% done, but I was literally about 90% done cleaning out this field, and this is the field where the young guy planted his new hay. It's a 12-acre piece, and this was underwater for a while, but then it went down. It went down, and now it's back under again. I had 4 piles of branches to pick up. I was gonna come back down here, you know, when it was dry enough to come down here with the tractor. So, and it's 6:50. Is that even right? Well, it's 3 minutes slow, but whatever. So, yeah, that was under before from the flood, obviously, when the snow melted, and yeah, I still see a pile of branches there, right there, kind of about this past these little trees here. There's a pile of brush I put there, and then there's littler ones further down, but I imagine they're probably gone. But how that pile hasn't left yet, I don't know, because it's not the lightest pile. So, well, I mean, yeah, actually, yeah, it's well, it's a little bit heavier than the rest of them, but it's still light. Like there's no monster logs in it, so I mean, this was doing so freaking good too. Like it was like 7 feet from that tree line over there that you guys probably saw already. I'll show you again. See those tree lines straight ahead of you? Look for it probably looks just right over there. There's the blue water tower, if you can make it up behind the damn trees. Those tree lines right there, those are ours, obviously. The water was 7 feet down the bank. Like, and that field was starting to dry out. You know. It's just, it's irritating. Now, of course, about 2 days ago, 3 days ago, we'll start there. We had a small thunderstorm roll through, just a small guy. A couple of big bangers came out of it, which was surprising. What the fuck is that? Whatever. Yeah, we had that little thunder banger come through. Just a little guy, little bit of rain, enough to get things damp. And then the next day they were saying this. It was supposed to be 65. Never got 65. It barely got above 40. And then it thunderstormed on and off throughout the day. There was I don't think I live streamed that, but I think I live streamed the first half of it. Whenever I live streamed, I think that was the first round, or that was the first day when we actually got our first real thunderstorm. And then we had that thunderstorm the next day, like I said, but then it rained on and off all day. But holy hell, did we ever get the rain. My basement's flooded, by the way. I have about a quarter inch of water on the floor. It's about 98, 99% under. Like, it's the other 1% is such a small amount, but it's, I mean, the basement's under. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. And I'm not going to pump it or suck it with the shot vac because it's still pouring in, kinda. I know that because the sub pump comes on about every 30 to 40 seconds. I keep forgetting to time it, but it's under a minute. I know that because a minute feels like forever. So such a shithole. But yeah, you know what's so stupid too? I kind of forgot about it, but I started putting up some of my no trespassing signs. I put them all back up because I thought the flood was done. I took them down before the flood even came up the first time. One, I wanted to extend their life because I think the floods are pretty hard on them. And then two, there was a couple that I was missing signs altogether because the winter winds take them off because they're just cheap plastic signs. So I took most of them off. The only ones that I didn't mess with are the ones along the dike because they were not in any danger. All these ones here were in danger of going under. So I put a couple back up. And one's over here, of course, and that's under. I don't know if it's under, but if it's got to be touching it at least. So, but I don't know if it's going to come up any more than this. But yeah, I didn't notice the basement flooding until later that night when we had that big round of storms. Must have been around 8 or 9 because we don't go down there much anymore. I think that eagle or something's looking for food, looking for fish or something. But see, the problem is right now too is that we have a north wind going on. It's pushing all the water back in to the field. It's pushing it south. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, you can complain and pull your hair out and cuss all you want, but it's not gonna fix the problem. So, but we were already having such a hard time getting this field drying out because we kept getting snow. But yeah, so we got that quite a bit of rain. I don't know. Some places got up to 6 inches of rain, and in some places only got about an inch. But yeah, I don't know. So it's just it's a definitely pain in the butt. But what are you gonna do? So, and then we had snow after that. It snowed the next day. Not very much. I mean, it's just enough to cover the ground. Like, I mean, I can still, the grass sticks up, but you know, well, look for yourself. I don't know if you can see out there or not, but there you go. That's what it's doing. That's what it did. And then yesterday, when I did try to get down here, it was blowing so stinking bad that I don't even know how the hell I did this last time, but I guess I was crooked a little bit. I don't know. But the last time yesterday or whatever, it snowed, and yeah, so, and it was blowing it around too, but I thought the snow was kind of wet, but obviously if it's blowing around then it's not dry, it's not wet, it's powder, so. But we can always have it worse. I know Our Wyoming Life, if you watch them on YouTube, they got a couple feet of snow there. They posted a video tonight. I gotta go watch it, see what the hell's going on there, but they've had it bad. I mean, this is just getting sickening because we should be at least having green grass starting to grow, because May is right around the freaking corner. So technically, if you think about it, if the grass doesn't officially start growing until May 1st, let's say, the grass would have May and June to dry, or to grow, so technically 2 months. But the problem is, you know, sometimes the young guy comes in July and starts cutting. So even if we get all this freaking moisture, I don't know if it's going to really do as much good, because it may not get very tall. I knew the river was coming up because they said it was coming up in the cities, which the nearest city here is about an hour away, hour and a half, depending on how you drive. And they were going back under. Like I said, they closed 2 bridges. They closed one this morning, and then they closed one yesterday, because the water's literally right at the bottom of it. So I guess they're worried about the river destroying it. Sounds like you need to maybe raise your bridge up a little higher. I don't know, might be inconvenient, I guess, for traffic, but got to deal with it when you live in a flood zone. So a lot of the back roads are going under, even going to the young guy's farm. His road was starting to go under. There was a little bit of water running across it, but it wasn't bad. And if you wanted to go to the old timers place, you couldn't go the first road or the first route because it's completely underwater. So we had to take a completely different route that we don't even know about. He told us what to look for, but that was all new territory to us, so we were basically lost. But my uncle kind of recognized the trees. He's like, well, that's because I thought it was that one road. He's like, well, that's not it, because if you look past it, well, then it's open. So I was like, okay, well, if that's not it, because there is quite a bit of trees for the length of that road that the old timer did live on, because we had to go there to get a bale, because he's trying to move cattle, so he's over there right now feeding and doing stuff. So but unfortunately, we don't know. The young guy's already come up with a plan. He doesn't know if it's going to work or not, because if his road goes completely under, then there's no way that we're getting there, because we take the interstate route. That's the fastest way to his place, but you can take back roads too, but they're all going under. So the young guy's going to talk to another guy here on the North Dakota side. I guess he lives in this town right here. Well, they got a little farm just on the outside there. I guess they raise a couple of cows. And he's going to talk to them and see if we can get our hay from him for now. If, when it comes to the time, if we can't get to the young guy's farm, then we can go to this guy and we'll get hay from him. And then when the young guy can haul hay, well then he'll haul hay to this guy then and make up for whatever we took. So he's going to talk to him and see what he thinks about it. That's just so if we can't get to the old timer's place or we can't get to the young guy's farm, then we have a third option. We used to always go to the mailman, but I don't know if he's still raising cattle or not. Probably. We'll just come up with a different game plan. The young guy can figure it out. And then, yeah, so this is it's just been one of those winters where, you know, you're trying to come up with plan A, plan B, plan C, and on, you know, just trying to figure out what the hell we can do in case one plan fails. Plan A is probably about to fail because that's going to the young guy's place. Plan B would be go to old timer's place. That's probably going to be going under. Well, one road already has gone under, but there's another road that you could take to get there yet too. Takes a little bit longer. It's not bad though, but that's going to probably be going underwater here in the next couple of days if it continues to rise. But if it doesn't continue to rise, well then we should be okay. But I just hope we don't get any more freaking snow. Or rain for that matter. I mean, for crying out loud, we need to be getting on with spring. It's not the most shocking thing to see because we've been through this before, but I don't... maybe. I don't know if we've ever had the river come up twice though, because technically it came up twice now because it was going down. So I know last year or the year before, the river came up in November because it was raining and snowing so freaking much. And I know the young guy was having a hard time getting his hay out, so he's running around with everything he's got trying to move bales. He had bales here. He just threw them wherever he could get them to get him away from the water to buy him some time. Well, then eventually the water was, you know, about halfway like it is now, and he was getting kind of concerned about it, so he just said the hell with it and he would just take him home. So, but we told him that if he had to, he could stack the hay in our yard if it, you know, got bad enough. But at the time we weren't stacking the hay like we are now with the, you know, when we used the 1586, we pick up our hay with that, and then I stack his hay with that now too. So all his hay technically is now closer to home, so if, you know, he can get it out quicker. And I think it's just he started doing it because he was that flood there just kind of, you know, in November kind of got him kind of concerned. So I think he's, you know, starting to do this now, which is fine. I can get our hay loaded up in just a few days, whereas my uncle, he would only grab a few a day. So, but my tractor's much faster than his too, even though I don't push it very hard. But so I guess we'll get out of here because the river is coming up. But yeah, I need to put a sticky thing in here for my GoPro so it sticks. I'm gonna stay on the hill because it's safer on the hills than it is in the low spots. It's getting cold in here and I got the stinking heat on, but I have it down so you guys can hear me okay. But this is just freaking garbage is what it is. I mean, to have the river come up again, you know, and I just got done cleaning that field off, and that was the only field I did. I didn't do anything else yet because it got cold again, so I figured, well, I'll leave it. It's not in a hurry. I'm glad I didn't clean it because I would be re-cleaning again. I'll probably be re-cleaning this frickin' field again. But it's only come up to where it was when the snow melted there the first time with the flood, you know, when the snow melted. It's not the same level, so it hasn't gotten up. But the problem is that all the low spots have water in them now because of all the rain, when they were dry. Lots of ducks floating around. We got one floating in a tree here. But I just can't believe it. I mean, there's nothing you can do. I mean, you just gotta freaking deal with it. So, because that's just how it's gonna be. But the problem is that it needs to start warming up, and it's not doing that. I mean, you know, let's get up on top of this hill, and we'll check the weather here for you guys. Now, it changes every hour and every day, so you take it as gospel, I guess, but, you know, it's going to change all the time, so you can't go by it. So right now it's 25, but it feels like 12. Winds are 16 out of the north, so they have dropped. They are supposed to continue to drop as the day goes on. It's already 7:12 in the afternoon, so so Tuesday, which is tomorrow, is supposed to be partly sunny, 40 degrees, so we are getting some warmer weather. 40, 45, 46, 49, 45, 43, 47, and then 50, and then 51, and then 50, and that's already going into the new month. You know, so we're not even getting warm temperatures nothing's gonna grow. I mean, it should, but it's not, you know, because this bullshit weather. If it would just, you know, frick off, it would be okay. This steering wheel's not to my liking, I guess, but yeah. So I don't know. There's not much more to tell you guys because it's all BS. But we knew it was going to happen. But it's just the fact that it shouldn't be going on. We should be having nicer weather than this. I mean, 50s and 60s would be cool to have. Yes, I'm just driving through some icy water. Because I ain't going to sink very far there anyway, because the ground's probably froze again. You know, the ground was getting to be unthawed, but it's been cold, so, you know, so I mean, this ditch here was you know, empty. There was just a little bit of water left in the corner. Right back under again. It's just, I'm not even going to go down there because I know that's all underwater anyway. So, but I didn't put that sign back up yet because it was still underwater at the time, but it was down to the point where you could almost get to it. Like if I waited 1 or 2 more days, I probably could have gotten to it, but it's not going to happen now. So, oh, we could go along the fence line. We might be all right. I don't know here. I'm just trying to stay out of any low spots because, you know, well, can't really help it, but you know, they're going to be a little bit softer than they should be. Keep your speed up, you might be all right. But this is just getting to be ridiculous because this just shouldn't be going on. Yeah, that's a low spot. imagine the ground's still freaking froze, but speed's your friend. If I'm getting the Tahoe freaking dirty, I'd washed it, you know, about a week ago, because we had a nice stretch of weather going on, but freaking it went cold again. Well, that's a low spot there, but it should be froze, I think. I'm not leaving any ruts. I am pushing the grass down, but I don't care about the grass, so it'll bounce back. I'm still in four-wheel drive, but I'm on the high side now, so I can use speed as my friend. I don't need torque, I need speed, so low is good for torque. Hang on here, she's a little rough. Okay, so now we're by the bridge. Okay, don't go any more than that, because that's the low side. So this is what it's looking like here now. So yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. But what are you gonna do? You can complain all you want, but it ain't gonna fix the problem. So I should be okay to get out of here. Going down that muddy ramp ain't gonna be bad. It was going up, it's gonna be the problem. Going down it won't be bad. Plus it was kind of froze anyway, so we should be okay. But I can't believe it. You know, it's right back to frickin' flooding again. And it's the same as what it was, you know, back when the flood came up from the snow melt. This is just mostly, I mean, a little bit of it is snow melt again, but I think a large percentage of it is water. It's rain, you know, from the tons of bloody frickin' rain we've had over the last 2 days. Like I said, my sub pump's coming on every 30 to 40 seconds. Grandma's hasn't come on at all yet. Usually when the ditches are full, then hers will kick on, but maybe it's not full enough yet. But I know that I went through here, so we're going to do that again. And I'm sure we're going to be alright. Because speed is your friend. But yeah, I just, I don't have words for it. We're just not going to get any nice weather for a while. I mean, the 40s, you know, close to 50s, yeah, that'll melt snow, but things are not going to grow in that. You know, and I thought the ground would start warming up, but it's just not going to happen. It ain't gonna happen. I don't know what else to tell you. But so yeah, we're flooding again. My basement's underwater. I do have a video clip of that. If I think about it, I guess I'll throw it in. Or I probably would have already had done that. Somebody's driving by, they'll be like, "What the hell are you doing out in the field with your Tahoe?" Well, the bitch has got 4-wheel drive and the ground's froze, so I'm not too concerned about it. Hi, how are you doing? I can see you over there. I would come down here in Big Red, because I'm not scared to come down here in Big Red. I've come through worse with him. And plus with Big Red, I know how, I can feel it through the machine. I know what to expect with that. Whereas the Tahoe, I don't, because I've never done it. But, you know, I figured if the ramp is froze, like I said, I checked my yard. I walked through it, you know, and the grass and snow and everything underneath felt froze. So it's like, well, if it feels froze to me and the ramp is froze, Tahoe can come down here, and I can stay out of the wind and stay in a nice, comfy, warm cab, and not freeze my balls off because I kind of need them. So, yeah. So everything's still Everything's still plenty froze. This is well, there's the north garden, but there's the ditch. It's overflowing. So, yeah. We got another bale. Like I said, I think I just ran over a snowbank. Yeah. So, he'll call tomorrow if he thinks it'll be a good day to come and get another bale, but other than that, we're gonna be waiting for the weather to change. So, but I guess that's pretty much it. Yeah, we're flooding again. You know, but there ain't nothing you can do about it. I mean, it's flooding, so looks like that's melted quite a bit. But I don't know. What are you gonna do? Cry? Go to mommy and cry? Sure. Probably make you feel better after that, but suck it up, buttercup, and deal with it. It sucks, because I would like to see some green grass grow, but we're not getting that, so there's nothing we can really do about it. So, but yeah, I'm going home. I'm done. That's just how everything's going to be. It's just going to flood, and that's going to be the end of it. So, anyways, guys, I guess I'm going to take off. I'm home now, and I guess I'll go edit this video, and it should be up tomorrow. I made one already, but it was kind of a pointless video because I couldn't get down into the field, and now I got down there. So, I'm just going to cross that off our to-do list. Now I won't have to go down there now for a few more days, and by then it'll probably be so soft you'll have to use the four-wheeler. So, but it'll be a little nicer too. So, anyways, guys, I guess that's pretty much it. I got a freaking bird in the garage, so I'll have to get rid of him or her. She ain't happy about me coming in, but she better not blow out my window either. I'm a little off, but whatever. Okay, there we go. Alright, guys, so I'm going to take off, so I guess have a good day and stuff. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.